We're rather technically challenged, are we on? We were born 30 years too late. I've got a 7-year-old here. He'd be able to figure all this out on TikTok. When Renee was saying, about the doubts, anticipating the fact that you might have us raise our hands, I wasn't afraid of all you raised your hand. I was afraid I was going to be raising my hand. I don't have enough faith to doubt that we have a creator. I don't even understand how people can go there. But I do have doubts about my ability to do His will. And I confessed last week, we are going verse by verse through chapter 12 of Luke, and I came across 3 verses and I said, maybe we can skip those. And so I did. And this week I felt convicted. It's like, you said verse by verse, and here you skipping these, and for the wrong reason. Because it just seems like too much. Jesus, in the chapter 12 and 13, 14, and really towards the whole end of this Gospel of Luke, is teaching about and really impressing upon His disciples, and He's in the last couple of weeks of His life at this point, the cost of discipleship. And the more I read it, the harder it is for me to kind of lay it on you, because I'm really not ready to take it on myself. So, last week I skipped 3 verses that I just really knew and know in my heart I can't perform. But I decided to go where no man should go, and go back there. Luke 12:36. Do not be afraid, little flock. And yes, I'm afraid. Okay. For your Father in heaven has been pleased to give you His kingdom. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Verse 33. Sell all your possessions and give them to the poor. That doesn't. If I give everything to the poor, then I'll be poor. Provide for yourself that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thief comes near and no moth can destroy. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Well, I guess you kind of know where my heart is. Point. Well, what do you do when you come across a scripture that you just can't deal with? It's too much. Well, I don't know what you do, but I Googled it. So I Googled 12:32 through 34, and up came Matthew 13:44 through 46. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy. Do you have that scripture? Is that one of the scriptures? That is. Let's see. We can make that work. He found it, he hid it, and in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that field. Goes on. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for a fine pearl, or pearls. In King James, I think it says the pearl of great price. And when he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. Well, I have to admit, I was sitting at my desk at this point and feeling pretty hopeless. saying, God, who do you think I am? Joel Osteen? And I can make something out of these scriptures that's encouraging and exciting and wants everybody to just go, hallelujah. So I did the only thing I knew how to do. I took a nap. And the next thing I know, I was walking through a flea market. I had just seen the Antiques Roadshow. And I was on a mission to uncover some dusty treasure, bring it to the show, and when the celebrity apprentice saw it, he would say, do you know what this is worth? And I'll go, no. And then some amazing figure will show up on the screen, and I'll go, I can't believe it. Could it be, how much did I pay for it? Oh, I can't tell you that. You think I stole it. Well, in the middle of my daydream, a bright light caught my eye. And there was, over there, between a stall with rusty tools and another vendor selling CDs and racks and racks and racks, was a little old man. Try not to look too directly at him because he was holding something that was bright and it was like as big as a billiard ball, but it was glowing pink and the light was hypnotic. Oh, Antiques Roadshow, here I go. So I went over to the CD bin and casually looked through all the little records closest to the old man, and finally I found a box set of Elvis's hymns. And I picked it up and I dropped it in front of the old man. And as I went down to pick it up, I looked at the old man's jewel and I said, oh, what do you have there? Oh, it looks like an oversized marble. What do you want for that? And the man said, oh, no, this is the pearl of great price. Oh, I said, yeah, trying to, remain as casual and detached as I possibly could. Really, tell me. The man said, well, it's a long story. Well, I know, I'm a very busy guy, and I got a lot of things to do here at the flea market, but, give me the Cliff's version. Well, he said, the pearl lay at the bottom of the ocean, so deep that no diver in this village full of pearl divers could reach it. In fact, my great-great-grandfather had become within one breath of actually dying trying to get a hold of that pearl. Well, one day to our village came a man who said his father was a king. And he had sent him there to retrieve the pearl. And my grandfather took him aside and said, look, but without any concern at all, the young man took two great big deep breaths and dove in. Well, after 10 minutes, my grandfather dove in to save him. He brought the prince up. His body was limp, but in his hand was clutched this pearl. And he came to just for a few minutes. And during that time, he gave my grandfather the pearl and said that he was to keep it for the king. Because this pearl was going to be the main jewel in the king's crown. And then he passed away. Well, I asked, did the king ever come? The old man shook his head, no. And I'm old, and I have no children to pass it on to. I saw my opportunity. I said, oh, that's a sad story. And that must be a terribly heavy burden for you to have to bear. Let me take it off your hands. I'll hold it for you. Meantime, what do you want for it? it may be too much for you. Oh, I don't know. Just give me a figure. How much? Well, it's worth a life. Oh, well, I thought, this guy's playing me for sure. I know this game. Well, so I was going to do the old walk away maneuver. That's when you're in the bargaining situation, and to try to let the person know that, in fact, you really don't care about it. You just kind of turn and casually walk away and wait for him to call you back with a better price. So I did. I turned and I started to put the Elvis box set back into the rack, and I heard the man say, "Everyone can't afford it." Antique roadshow. Everyone can afford it. I can certainly afford it, and that's not going to be such a big problem. This old guy was good. He could have sold the Brooklyn Bridge probably to some other sucker, but not to me. No. I knew how to play this game. So, I said, what? How much? He says, everything you have. Okay. I'll buy it. See, I had in my wallet 5 20s, but only one showing, and the others 4 in my secret compartment. That's an old flea market trick. You pull it out, but this is all I got. And so it is that I pulled it out and began to show it to the man, but as I did, the light from the pearl seemed to penetrate my heart like a laser, and I knew that he knew. And if I wasn't straight up with him, that would blow my chance entirely for the pearl. So I said, okay, you got me. I got $100 here, but I need $20 for groceries this week. You want me to go hungry? Will you take 8? There's the chicken. And so it is that the old man said, well, I really don't think you're ready to buy this pearl yet. And he dropped it into his leather pouch and cinched it up. And when he did, there was a darkness that fell over me. It was so heavy that it was like coming into or being dropped into the depths of a cave from bright sunlight. Matthew 6:23. If the light within you is darkness, how great is the darkness. Wait, I know I'll regret this tomorrow, but I'll buy it. $100. The man said, are you sure you really want it? Hey, look, I'm a man of my word. Let's shake on it. And we did. Okay. He said, what else do you have? I said, oh, this guy is too much. And I pulled my pockets out, and I had 2 quarters and a dime. I said, okay, sure. It's $100.60. You got all my money. Okay. He said, you're a man of your word. What else do you have? What else do you have? What do you want, my piggy bank? Oh, you have a piggy bank? Yes, but that's my money I've been saving for a rainy day. Have you heard about the disasters in Santa Barbara? The mud came flowing down the hill. That's after the worst forest fire we've ever had in California. This money is important to what I'm... Piggy bank, the old man said. Oh, this is not going well for me. I don't understand. Who is this old guy anyway? Well, let's see. But then the light from that thing, it just was overwhelming. And I thought, if in fact that thing is really what I think it is, the $10,000 I have in my piggy bank is a drop in the bucket. I'm in it to win it. And it takes roadshow. Here I come. Meantime, I have this voice on my shoulder screaming, "You sucker! Run away quick!" Well, I must admit I could barely hold the pin as I was filling out the check for $10,000. For better or for worse, this was going to be my legacy. And I put out my hand to receive my prize. The old man said, "What else do you have?" I stomped my foot. I said, "Ooh, are you a man of your word? I've given you every penny I have, and of my life savings, I have no more money." He said, "Where do you live?" "Well, in my house." "Oh, you have a house." "It's mine." "Where do you expect me to live? In my camper?" "You have a camper?" "Be reasonable. I can't sleep in my car." "You have a car?" "Yes, I have two. But one of them belongs to my wife." "You have a wife?" "Look, you already have all my money, my house, my camper, my two cars, but my children, they need their mother." "You have children?" The megaphone on my shoulder was ear-splitting. "Run! Run for your life! Get out of here!" But my knees, they were like wobbling, and my feet felt like they were lead boots. I couldn't move. And then the old man, in a very quiet voice, said, oh, I almost forgot one thing. Well, actually, three things that I need that you have. Your heart, your soul, and all your strength. That's all. That's everything. The voice again was screaming in my ear, "You idiot!" And then it started cackling and laughing. "You fool! You bought the farm, and it's an ant farm. You gave away your life for a shiny bauble. See what a sucker you are. They're going to laugh you out of the antiques roadshow." I was up to my neck in quicksand and sinking fast when all of a sudden the old man brought the pearl out, and through a bloody hole in his hand came a beam of light which surrounded me like a bubble and buoyed me up. And then as I looked at the pearl, I saw my wife inside, and she was lighting candles. And there was a table with a turkey and all the dressings, and she was humming so sweet. And then I saw my two girls, Mary and Martha, and Mary was reading a story about a prince who fought a terrible dragon for his beloved and died, but then was brought back to life with a kiss. Well, Martha braided her hair. Oh, she was doing such an intricate job. And then in the garage, my son never goes into the garage. He's always in the room with his cell phone. In the garage is my son, and he's hammering on a nail, and I'm going, what is that? Is that a dog house? We don't have a dog. And certainly now we can't afford a dog. Quit building a dog house. This old man will want it. At that point, I heard the old man say, You can't, but I can. I have a king's ransom. But you always have to remember that this is mine. And keep everything you have in an open hand, because I may ask for it at any time. Because this is the pearl that is going to be the great jewel in my mother's crown, in my father's crown, and his robe. And at that I fell prostrate and worship. And I heard a voice, "Honey, honey, wake up, wake up! The Thanksgiving dinner is ready and on the table, and Mary and Martha are already sitting there." Oh, you should see her French braid. It's amazing. You've got to make sure you give her a lot of credit and kudos for that. And I cannot find our son anywhere. He's not in his room. I've even called his cell phone, and he's not picking up. This is a farce. So why is it that the costly disciple is everything we have? To follow Jesus, somehow we have to sacrifice everything we have. That seems to be the story throughout Luke. It just keeps pounding and pounding and pounding on us. Certainly, the creator of the universe doesn't need anything I have. In fact, he gave me everything I have. And shockingly, Jesus teaches us in 12:5 of Luke, he who after the body has been killed has the authority to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. He's got the ability. He doesn't have to ask me for everything I have. He can take it at any time. And some of us have experienced him doing just that during the course of our lifetime. So in fact, the cost of discipleship isn't everything we have. Then what is it? It's being willing to give everything you have because you love the King. And then your little self-centered life with gripping all your little possessions and holding them so tightly to your heart will be extended. And not only can God take everything you have, but he can also give you everything he has. But if you're all closed up, you can't receive it. So Jesus isn't trying to get all our stuff. He's trying to open us up. He's trying to prepare us for his Father's kingdom, to receive all that the King has for us, so that we might glorify him, that we might shine in his crown. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell all your possessions and give to the poor. Provide purses for yourself that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thief comes and there is no moth. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where is your heart? Where is it? I've been fairly honest about where mine is. I'm still holding on. Only by grace. And that is yet another story. Will we ever be able to give everything. He's willing to give everything. But even if we give a little, even if we just give the pocket change, out of fear that God's somehow going to take it away anyway, what we will experience is what God can do that we can't. We will experience how He can multiply our little bitty stuff into something that is really of eternal significance. And as we experience that, we'll learn to trust. And the next time He asks for more, the voices will be still screaming in our ear, but it's like, okay, I saw what He could do with a little, but can He do with a little bit more? And so on. We grow in discipleship. The cost of discipleship, I think, is expressed very well in the song. Trust and obey. Let's see if we can't sing it together. Taking a leap of faith. Take a leap with me. I want you to take it out and put it in your hands in front of you. Go ahead, do physically do this if you would, please. Take it out and put it out there for God to have. And now we're going to sing this song one last time, at least the chorus of this song one last time. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy, to have joy in Jesus but to trust and obey. And sing it with all your heart. Trust and obey. No other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. So as we deal with all these scary scriptures about the costs of discipleship, we need to understand, and we are learning that our Father says, as He does in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. He's speaking to a group of people, by the way, at this point are in exile and slaves. So no matter how bad you think you've got it, no matter how hard you think it is going to be to give God everything, the bottom line is He has plans to prosper you, not harm you, to give you hope and a future. Trust and hope. We're here to pray with you guys. If someone here is having trouble with doubts, come up here and we will pray that God gives us all. If you don't have doubts, glory to God, we ask that you take this seriously. Take this. This is not some little. This is Jesus' message over and over and over again. This is the cost. Everything. And I'm willing to suggest that there are a few that have given a lot more in this group than others. And there are a number of us who are still holding back that which we just cannot trust God with. But this is one thing we know, that if you love Him, you will obey His commandments. John 14:15. And this is His commandment, that you love one another. So look at that person next to you. This is your jewel. This is your gift. This is the love of God poured out to you through His incredible creative work. Trust and obey. Love each other. Give each other a hug or a handshake, depending on what's appropriate these days. And go